everyone.
Hi.
We did put a disclaimer out that we was going to be identifying these people by 12 o'clock tomorrow. However, it's now come to light that there's no reason to wait that long, so we will be informing people tonight of who they are, because even still now they're choosing not to reimburse us. So, where do we start? So, following constant communication, back and forth, we agreed to...
On our terms,
We
constantly giving an olive branch and getting nothing in return.
We basically dropped what they owed us to £1,700. Their counter offer was £720, and do you know what we did? We accepted it. We accepted £720 out of all the thousands that they did us out of. Just to close this chapter, move on, we've been very unwell. They then chose to not pay us £720.
Bear in mind, if you look here now, this is all the money that we have sent them. We have sent them thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds. Not lev, not euros, pounds. Like, this speaks for itself.
And we accepted £720 back, which they then declined. So, this couple are named as Elise Hardy, Neil Hardy, and they live in Horizon in Velika Tarnovo in Bulgaria. The reason I'm saying where they live is because their business address, which is what they practice through for our work, is addressed in the village. So their property is owned by their company, which they use to complete our work. So they are the two people who have scammed us out of money, who are now completely refusing to return it.
Like in the UK, if a business, if a company does work in your house, you're gonna let people know about that company, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
These people own a company.
Their business is listed on the Bulgarian limited company database. It's public knowledge. Should you wish to search their names, you'll find their business. It's attached to the address. Okay, so we're not telling you anything that isn't public knowledge. It's our right to tell you where their business is. Unfortunately, that's attached to their house as well. Okay, so they are the couple that have scammed us. These was friends. These was people who my husband classed as his best friend. Elise Hardy was my husband's best friend. Everybody who they have scammed has been reimbursed their money due to their influence
Thousands
on
of
social
pounds.
media.
People have been giving back £7,000, £20,000.
But because it's Elise's friend, we're getting nothing. So this is why we've decided to scrap tomorrow, and we're going public this evening with the evidence to prove what.
Bear in mind, we've been asking him back for how long have we been asking for our money back now? 6 weeks?
So we originally asked for the money back, just coming up to 7 weeks. We will go into how that's now made us the bad guys in this situation, but we'll come back to that very, very soon. So, work that was incomplete but paid for is, and I'm going to read this out now because we've got all the evidence to show you, should you request it.
This is starting upstairs.
So, starting upstairs, we paid for laminate flooring to be fitted. It was fitted, okay, I accept it was fitted, however, it was incorrectly spaced, and we paid others to rectify this work. Light fittings, plug sockets, and door handles were paid for, not completed, and also some of these items are missing still today.
We've gone through the house, haven't we? Quite a lot of things have gone missing.
We paid for a septic tank to be installed. They told locals, families and friends that they gifted us this septic tank. But when you look at all this up here, I have the receipt for the septic tank. It was one of the very minimal receipts
It
they
was
gave us.
£1,700.
And that included the labour. The septic tank was fitted. However, there was a massive hole when we went back to our house, and Paul's elderly mother, who is a cancer survivor, began filling that hole because Elise and Neil refused to come back to the property by using the excuse of, I make them feel uncomfortable to do so.
And it was too hot for them to fill it in.
Yes. So, that was that. We paid for a shower room to be installed, tiled and grouted and painted. Remains incomplete.
The tile work that has been done, on first look, is that the correct phrase?
It looks fine.
We thought, oh, it looks brilliant, looks absolutely fine. We've gone for like a Welsh slate tile. We thought it looks perfect. On closer inspection, there's no grout, there's gaps this big in the corner, going down to like this big, where no tile's been put on.
Where it's
so
not
again,
been measured.
It's incomplete, it's not been painted, the room's incomplete.
We are conscious of the time recording this. We only get 10 minutes on TikTok, so if we do go over, we'll upload a part 2. Hopefully we'll get through it in the next 5 minutes. We don't want to drag it on any more than it needs to be.
Onto the toilet room.
So we paid for a toilet to be fitted, tiled, grouted, plasterboarded, plastered, with a boiler and a toilet and sink installed. This remains incomplete.
We've got a toilet.
My sink is currently in the barn. It was never touched, but this is one of the jobs where I made them feel too uncomfortable to return. Keep in mind, this job was commissioned back in February, after we left in February, which gave them from February to June to complete without me being present. So, electrics in the toilet room began unsafe. We have no issues to state that them electrics was unsafe upon arrival.
Yeah, we say unsafe. There was wires dangling from a wall that went into a plug socket, that went into, there's like a hole in the wall at the top. A wire came out of that going into a plug socket.
So they was unsafe. Now Neil informed us that he deals in electrics. Neil informed us that he is an electrician by trade. We now know that he isn't. Okay, he informed us that this will be made safe as part of the job. When we arrived back in June, it was not safe. There was live wires.
The wires had literally been cut, so there was 3 wires hanging out the wall.
Which sparked, and it was directly next to a shower. So when my son, at 13 years old, was having a shower, water was hitting the wires. But we've been told that because it was already like that, it's not their issue.
It wasn't like that.
Okay, so we now know that this couple frauded, and you probably all know as well, people in UK and Bulgaria by way of selling them properties without owning the rights or the deeds to do so. These people have all been reimbursed. Every single penny can go about their business as normal, and great for them because they have social media influence and they chose to name and shame.
These other people have a big platforms where they could get millions of views. We're not nowhere near that, are we? We get a few thousand, we've got a few videos with 100,000, but hopefully this will get.
I want to get through it within 10 minutes, so we've got 3.5 minutes to get through. Elise informed us that we was hated by the Horizon locals and informed us to watch our backs for filming in the village. This was a complete lie. It was used as a way to get us out of the village. We have a great relationship with the locals. We've got no issues regarding that.
Us. Like when we say people have gifted us food, a lot, they absolutely love us.
Yeah. We installed security due to threats being made regarding our property. Threats that include arson. Okay.
Bear in mind, my mum is in our property full time at the moment, a cancer survivor, and they're threatening my mum in the house.
Moving on, I received an email from a private investigator 2 nights ago who threatened my business in the UK. Turns out it was Elise and Neil. It was a Bulgarian, so they believed that doing it from an encrypted email meant that I couldn't find out who it was. It was
and
from the
two other people with Elise and Neil.
Yeah, 2 other people was involved, but we'll leave them there. We're not naming them people. We're naming Elise and Neil Hardy this evening. It was Bulgarian timestamps, and they're still accepting today that they didn't do it. I don't care whether they did it or not. There's nothing at all you can come back and get me on. We are victims in this case, okay? A simple Google search of these names will identify pasts of people who left the UK.
And when we say pasts, we mean...
It's public knowledge. If you want to get on Google and you want to do your own research, you will find it very quickly. You don't even need to go past page 2. Right, so... recently, we've been called liars, nasty, vicious, unfair due to Elise's ongoing health concerns. Not my issue. She states none of our finances should be paid because she's going through financial issues with her health. Okay, so let's just clarify one thing. We asked for our money back in June. That's an ongoing issue. Elise's issue at the moment is commenced on the 22nd of July. On the 24th of July, Elise was informed that everything is absolutely okay. Only 3 days ago, everything took a turn, and I will say a turn because we don't know, but there's no evidence and we don't want it anyway. That does not excuse you not paying us back 6 weeks ago if this has only happened within the last 3 days. So we're not accepting that your health conditions that you are now using as a sole excuse to not pay me back as a reason as to why you didn't pay us, okay? End of. Moving forward, we've got just short of a minute left. We will do everything we can in our power to ensure that these 2 people, Elise and Neil Hardy of Horizon, Bulgaria, will never do work in our village again. What they do outside of the village is completely up to them. But for me, who lives in that village, and for me, my husband there, who has friends in that village and family, we will guarantee we make it our life's mission to make sure they do not earn 1 more penny in that village through unsafe work. Not qualified, not safe, not truthful, not loyal. I will make it my life's mission to ensure that they do not earn a penny from vulnerable people in that village. If you want any further information regarding this and you feel that you are under threat, because I know there are 2 other people that won't come forward publicly because they're scared of what Neil will do to them, because this is a threat that has been made, drop me a message and we will tell you exactly who our legal team is and you can add yourself onto our case.
And there is more that we've not said.
There's a lot more.
We're just holding back because
we've been very fair. Elise Hardy, Neil Hardy, she's got blonde hair, he's got black hair, they drive a black car, they live in Horizon, Bulgaria, they have been exposed, and should they continue, there is more to come out. There will be a part 2.
Hi everyone,
We have an update that we didn't plan to update you on this Sunday. No, we're not smiling because we got the money back. Quite the opposite.
So it's basically being spread around by Elise Hardy and Neil Hardy that we only paid them between £4,000 and £5,000.
And the bulk of that was materials.
But look above here.
Where?
This is everything that was sent over. Cash was also given as well. So
we're so done with the games now, guys. Like, come on, give it up. It's pathetic. Stop lying about us. The village know what you have done. The English and the Bulgarian locals know what you have done. There is the evidence. If anyone wants PDF downloads of each of these transactions, you are welcome to them. We have them available.
At the end of the day, just keep our name out your mouths.
And send us our money back in full.
You are nothing to us now. We are nothing to you now. Crack on with your life, whether that's running away or staying in the village. Like, it doesn't bother us. It really does not bother us. Crack on. You're almost 11 grand up.
For now.
We're 11 grand down, but we've still got jobs, we've still got a home, we've still got a family.
And we will get our money back, but stop lying to people because the evidence is here. The more you lie, please understand this, the more you lie, the more we will produce. And you know, Elise Hardy, that we have ample evidence of everything you have said about the locals, said about people who are your friends. Just remember, we have a lot. You forget what you've told in the past 2 years. That really doesn't help your case here.
I don't want to keep having to make videos to basically prove that we are right and you are wrong. But if stuff does keep getting mentioned and my name keeps going through your mouth, everything will come out. Everything. Where you've called your parents, where you've called the expats in the village, where you've called the locals, where you called your husband. Like, do you really want all this to come out?
Mm-hmm.
Because I will put it out. You've got 11 grand of my money, keep your gob shut and crack on with your life.
And we will be getting the money back, so shut up and get it done. Hello everyone.
Hello.
We wasn't going to be updating you today because we was meant to be getting some money back. We agreed terms to receive £1,700 back from Elise Hardy and Neil Hardy by way of mother Donna Hardy, who chose to act as the middle person. I wouldn't have named Donna, but she's chose to act as part of the middle person. So the finances was going to travel through Donna's bank and reach our bank. However, Elise Hardy, little manipulative girl that she is, has chose to put her own terms and conditions in for us to receive our stolen money back. Conditions that protect her and her sweet little husband. Not today, Elise Hardy. We are done with your silly little girl games. So, every single offer has been relinquished. We will never, on my life today, never offer you another way out. Our way out is legal. Our way out is going to be spread your name around Bulgaria non-stop. We are going to make sure you do not work in this country. Now, you shouldn't be working in this country, Elise, because you're working illegally. Your visa does not allow you to work for the next 4 years, but you have taken plenty of payments through your bank account for work that you have completed and have not completed, and houses that you have missold without the deeds. So you're being investigated. It's happening today. You already know you're under investigation because your mum asked me yesterday if we've been in touch with our bank. Yes, of course, been in touch with our bank. You scammed us.
The bank, immigration, believe when we say we are going all the way now.
So
we're not pussyfooting around.
UK police are involved because we've had to report you to the UK police to get our crime number for the bank. The bank have reported you to the police because they had evidence of all the transactions. You shouldn't be using a UK bank at this time, but you know that you're being investigated because you must have had something flag up on your bank. Listen, I don't play games. We've given you
they
every
need the UK
single
bank, don't they, in order to claim benefits from the UK?
Absolutely, which is something else that we know is going on. But there's no way out. Your mum was kind enough to be the middle person, so we didn't have to speak to you and you didn't have to speak to us. And even still now, I gave you till 3 o'clock at 10:30 this morning. At 1 o'clock, I reminded you of the 3 o'clock deadline. Your mum chose not to acknowledge that message. I then messaged you at 20 to 3 to say, I messaged you at 23 to say 20 minutes remaining, what's happening. Now you're saying you're going to a solicitor. You're going to a solicitor? You?
Go to one.
You and your husband, Neil Hardy was Gilbody, are going to a solicitor?
That is hilarious.
Remember your husband's criminal record before you go to any solicitor.
And just to remind
remember how
you,
your husband's in the country before you go to any solicitor.
But just
remember how your
as
parents
well,
are in the country before you go to any solicitor. Remember how you're in the country before you go to any solicitor.
the only person that's not in the country right now is your sister, but we'll leave that there. You told us that people are searching your husband's name on Google and coming up with a Neil Hardy of 41 years old. No, they're not. They're searching your husband's maiden name. Because remember,
Stephen Gilbody.
Your husband chose to take your name, even though he can't stand your parents and absolutely cannot tolerate anything to do with your family, but chose to take the Hardy name. That's funny, isn't it? What he was doing there was trying to start a new life in Bulgaria where no one knows that Gilbody exists. That's the stories that people are reading. Not a 41-year-old Neil Hardy, which is a very common name. So don't worry about it.
Let's go back to things. We paid you almost £11,000 to do work. You didn't complete it.
Nope.
You've refused to give us our money back. You've threatened to set our house on fire with my mother, who's a cancer patient, in the property. We've now got security. You're now threatening us with solicitors when this is... No.
There's nothing we do illegal. Like, what's the solicitor going to do? Tell you that you're in the wrong?
All I'm going to say is, the house that you're in now, a couple of months' time, it's going to be in my name. Watch this space, bitch. So as you all know, we were scammed out of £11,000 from so-called friends. But here's a little update for you. Have a little listen to this.
Shit, because it won't get you nowhere at all, other than a fucking fat lip.
So, friends of our scammers think it's acceptable to send us these kind of messages. All because we outed them. All because we mentioned that our septic tank has now sank another 3 foot because we paid for gravel and sand that the scammers didn't install. But it's okay. This person and her family think it's okay to threaten us. So, TikTok, do you think? So yeah, these people think it's okay to stick up for scammers. Yeah, you definitely can't sit with me. Move to a small village in rural Bulgaria, they say. Just watch who your English neighbours are. Nobody wants these kind of people living next door to them, do they? Enjoy your day, everybody. I know I will. Have a lovely day.